Hey, welcome to Lead. Talking about culture. Hope that you're tracking with this. And one of the things you can do is you can go back, and if you missed one of these, you can go back and review it because we're just on a journey moving through some of the elements and dynamics of elevation culture. And as I explain these are things that have been a part of elevation culture for now at least 14 years that I've been talking about these things. So today's is really important, and it's one that if you got a moment, you might write this down and come back and just think about it and process it yourself. But it's identifiable leadership. Identifiable leadership. Leadership that you can identify. Now, I've been to, over the course of my life, especially my adult life and ministry life, I've been to all kinds of churches. I've been to churches where it's very similar to what I've experienced. I've been to churches that are very, very much different than what I've experienced. Very diverse mix of places that I've been able to watch and see how leadership works. And I remember being in a service in a couple places in England, and I was in a liturgical church, and they had several people doing different elements of the service there. And as I was watching, I really wondered, because the speaker was not the leader. He may have been on the team, I'm sure he was, but I wonder, who is the leader? Who in this place is the leader? Now I could pick out some of the leaders. I found out that day that the lead person wasn't there. So they had various leaders doing things, and they were all marked. They had collars on, some of them had robes on, so that was somewhat identifiable. In fact, if you were there that day and you wouldn't have found the lead person, but there were leaders that were marked, and you could see what they looked like by what they had on. And they were marked. Now, part of me walks away from that saying, I'm not a collar guy. I mean, I got a collar on, but I'm not a collared clergyman, and I'm definitely not a robe. I tell people, if you see me in a robe, it's because I'm getting ready to go all ninja on you. It's not. Here's the thing: it's not about those things. That I like those, but I like the fact that you knew who the leaders, you knew who the team was, you knew who was in leadership. Now, I think that for everything we do at Elevation, you need to see leaders that are identified. And so if you're serving on a team and you're leading a team, if you're on the stage at Elevation, if you're at a function and you're serving at Elevation, for a lot of people, you become a leader. And so leaders should be identifiable, that when people look, they should be able to identify. And I don't think necessarily by the clothes they wear. More so, I think, by the actions that they take, the way they conduct themselves among people, that they have the answers, that they have the info, that if somebody comes in and says, hey, I'm just wondering what's happening with this next event, that because they're a part of the team, dream team at Elevation, they can give a response as that they know what pertains to that event or that happening that's going on. I think many times that leadership should be in a place, in a worship experience where people can see them up in front. You shouldn't have to wonder, well, where's the leader? And then somebody walks out from the back somewhere and that's the leader. I think marking, setting the example. Leaders should take notes. Leaders should be engaged in worship. I talked on one of the lead videos about participatory services. Leaders should lead the way. Watch this. The old proverb says that if a person thinks they're leading and no one's following, they're just going for a walk. We've got to be in a place that we're identifiable, that people can see us, so then they can follow. Paul said this, the Apostle Paul said, follow me as I follow Christ. What he's doing, he said, I'm identifying as a leader so that you can know, you can look to me, and you can follow Jesus by following me. I think that still should hold true. That we should be able as leaders say, follow me as I follow Christ. That I exemplify and exhibit all the qualities of what a leader looks like, and I'm identified. So So when there's an opportunity or there's a vacancy or there's a void, that we step in and we say, hey, I can do that. That when there's an opportunity for us to engage and everybody's engaging, that we're leading the way in engagement. We're out in front saying, yes, we can take this hill. Yes, we can do this. Identifiable leadership, that we're marked, that we represent elevation well wherever we're at. Right? If I'm in the shopping mall and people see me, well, I'm still a leader for elevation. That I'm leading and I'm identified as a leader. Identifiable leadership. If you're a leader, make sure you're living in such a way that your leadership is identified so that others can follow.